Hi guys, and welcome back to At Home with Elisa. Today I'm doing some seed sowing. I have a garden bed that is a seed only garden bed because it does flood on the rare occasion that we do flood. So it's one that I've declared as just for seeds. I'm not wasting any more money putting plants or tubers or bulbs in it. So it's just a seed only garden, and I'm hoping to turn it into a beautiful cut flower garden come summertime. And if I want that, I need to plant now as we've just hit spring. It's a beautiful sunny day today. We have had quite a bit of rain over the last week or so the ground's nice and damp, and damp soil and sunny days is the perfect time to plant some seeds. And at the moment we're also looking at a little bit of light showers just over the next week or so, which will be fantastic because I won't have to water them in, so that should give them a really good head start. Okay, so let's head down to the garden now. Just in case you can hear some machinery in the background, the neighbours are actually out on their tractor, so I do apologise if you can hear that in the background. Okay guys, so I'm just down in the cutting garden now, and this here is the seed only garden. As I said, it has flooded, so I'm not willing to take any more risks with it, but seeds is perfectly fine. So I'm planning on doing a lovely cutting garden, and obviously lots and lots of flowers. And look at my peas. So this is actually my first time ever growing peas. I've grown quite a few plants over the years, like flowers, but never really a lot of vegetables, and it's something that I'm learning about. And I planted 8 peas, and I tell you what, they really are the candy of the vegetable garden. Oh my goodness, they're so sweet and lovely. I've already been out and harvested this morning, and I took a whole heap of them inside for our family to try, but they're going really well and I'm loving it. Sorry guys, I just got interrupted. I just had the best delivery ever. Can you see that behind me? 6 tons of gravel for my garden. So that hopefully will fill in here, or at least go part of the way towards it. But back to the garden. As I was saying, I've just harvested my first lot of peas, which is very, very exciting. This pea towel, when it actually finishes, I'm looking at putting in a like a raised cotton steel sort of garden bed that has a hollow bottom, and it's circular. So I'm going to plant an orange tree in the middle of this garden. I'm hoping by having it raised with that cotton steel sort of surround that will stop any flooding, and I need to move them out of our orchard. So the orange tree hopefully will be very happy here. But currently in this garden bed, I have sweet pea Valerie Harrod just growing up the arbor as the entry into the chicken coop. I planted out some self-seeded cosmos. They have been at the very back here. They self-seeded from last year, and I actually managed to get some chocolate cosmos, which I'm very excited to have grow. If you're not familiar with the chocolate cosmos, I have had them before, and they look the same as a normal cosmos, the pink ones and the white ones. However, they're chocolatey colour, like a kind of like a maroon chocolate, deep burgundy colour, and they smell like chocolate, and they have the most beautiful velvety flower. I'll see if I can find a photo and insert it, but they are just gorgeous. I've grown them once years and years ago, and I didn't realise that I had to collect the seeds once it finished flowering, so I won't make that mistake again, because there's something I'd love to have in my garden every year. And see this stick here? That was my passion fruit. It still has green at the very base. I don't know if you can see, it's got green at the very base, but I kill passion fruit. I don't know what it is. If anybody knows how to grow passion fruit, please give me some tips in the comments section, because I'd really love to know. This is my 3rd one. Oh, hey there little buddy. Okay, so I mentioned I was putting in lots of flowers, so I'll tell you which ones I'm planting. So behind the cosmos being the tallest flowers that I'm planting, I'm actually getting shorter in height as I go towards the front of the garden. So I've got some straw flower. They were looking all right yesterday. We had kind of a hot day yesterday, and I think they should bounce back, so I'm all right with that. So after the cosmos, then the straw flower, my next row forward will be Zinnia Oklahoma mix, Zinnia Queen Lime with blush, Nigella Miss Jekyl Alba, Phlox Tapestry, Marigold Kilimanjaro. And then I have some bunny tails, which I actually seeded back in August, I think it was. So they should provide some nice filler for my garden. And then last but not least, I have, it's just a very small flower called Poached Egg Flower. And I really like the look of it, so I thought I would give them a go. So that's what I'm looking to plant out. All of those are full sun plants, which is good because I have no shade here in this garden at all. It's just open to the elements. So one thing with having a new garden is that you don't have any protection at all from like an overhead canopy or anything. So full sun it is at the moment. So for full sun, I will be following the instructions on the back of the packet with regards to their height and their spacing as I plant them out. So I think I should get on with it and get planting. So I started out just planting the straw flower at the very back of the garden. I thought it was best to start at the back and walk forward, that way I'm not treading all over everything and squashing things. When it came time to start planting out the seeds, I decided it was best just to mark out exactly where the rows had to be. I did check the backs of the packets to make sure I was leaving enough space for them. And here you'll just see me putting the seeds in. I'm actually putting in 2 into each hole. Hopefully that provides me with a really good germination rate, and then I can always just cut off the weaker plant that comes through. So I had to make some changes as I went. I did plan to have rows and rows and rows of those flowers. However, I had a few too many flowers, so I don't want it to fit in the garden. I think that's quite common. So what I ended up doing was planting a few rows and then planting some more seeds along the front. So I'll show you now. Okay, so I started out with obviously the cosmos at the very back, and the chocolate cosmos are on either side of the garden. Then I've got the straw flowers. Then I've got Oklahoma zinnia, the cream lime with blush zinnias. I have Nigella. I have my marigolds, which are green and gorgeous. So I just ended up planting, I've got the bunny tails, which are the strappy leaf, and then the poached egg flower. So I just alternated them all along the very, very front of the garden, up to about this point here. So that was a little bit of a change. However, I think it'll still turn out really pretty, and I want to make sure that I've got enough room to fit everything. So I do like to cram my garden beds full, and that way if something doesn't actually survive as well, or it doesn't make it, they don't germinate, I've at least got plenty in the garden as well, so it should still look pretty. So this little garden bed here, I do have plans for it obviously to become a beautiful, beautiful cutting garden with lots and lots of pretty flowers. And I don't mind screening off the orchard where the chickens are, because I mean, it's still a work in progress obviously with that greenhouse still being built, but it's not fantastic looking, so I'd like to create like a little garden room in here. When I say little, it's not little, but still. And just over this area here, I know it's really hard to visualize, but I have obviously a back garden bed just over here planned, which will be another cutting garden bed with flowers and a big bean TP and some corn. That IBC, all this equipment here will actually be moving over into this little area here. We'll be opening up the fence, and I'll have a little storage area so everything's out of the way. And then if you can imagine this beautiful blue metal all over that whole area there, and I hope one day to have a beautiful grape arbor and a lovely outdoor dining table just over in that section there. So it's got a long way to go, but it's always nice to have plans. And then just in this section just here, I'm planning another 3 garden beds going that direction, so from front to the back of the garden. So 3 lovely big garden beds there. They'll be in a couple of months time, but my next plan is that garden bed right there. So I'm so excited. I cannot wait to have like my own little cutting garden. So I'm very, very excited. Hopefully I have some good success and the weather plays nice for me. As I said, the weather at the moment is absolutely beautiful. It's quite warm today. That's why I just have my t-shirt on, but it's quite warm today, and I think that the seeds will have a great time germinating and it should turn out nicely. My goal is with this cutting garden, and obviously I want to grow vegetables for our family, but which I know nothing about. I'm learning. But my goal with the cutting garden is actually to have, for every visitor that comes to our property, so just our family and friends, when they come to our property, I would love to give them a carton of farm fresh eggs from our girls and also a cutting bouquet. So that's my goals. I'm hoping to do that and maybe have enough to do, you know, a flower arrangement each weekend would be really, really nice. So that's where I'm going with my goals for the garden and for the cutting garden. Hopefully I get there. A lot of the seeds that I planted today are actually ones that I'm not familiar with. Like, I've never grown Nigella. I've grown zinnias before. The bunny tails, I haven't grown those. So I'm kind of excited and I'm looking forward to them. So I find that exciting. I'm definitely still in the learning phase, but I'm really loving doing it. So thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please consider subscribing. I update 3 to 4 times a week. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.